everybody, welcome to the channel. Should be a good build video for you guys this week. Got a lot of fab work to do on the back and a little bit inside, but I'm going to take a break from the inside and I'm going to start working on some of this on the back today. Just want to break and have a little bit more space to weld and work on stuff. So the inside's a little cramped and I'm a little fat, so we're going to work outside today as far as the back side of the frame. So I'll flip you around here and show you what I've already got figured out and what I'm going to start with and what we're going to try to get done here today. In the last video, you've seen this gooseneck hitch that I had already purchased. Obviously, this one was actually for a 3rd gen, so it was a little bit longer because the frame rails are wider on a 3rd gen than a 2nd gen. But that's okay. I was going to cut it down anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I already cut these plates. They're 4x15. They're like a little over 1/4 inch thick or so, something like that. Those plates are going to end up there. I'm going to drill a hole through here and probably 2 more here and another one here. So there'll be 4 holes on each side that'll go through this top frame rail, and that'll sandwich that piece attached to the frame. Because since I want to plate the sides of this to make it all smooth, I didn't want to put anything wrapping over the side of the frame that's going to be in the way from making that look flat and straight all the way down. At least that's my plan. So I know I'm going to have to build around like where the springs attached to on both sides and stuff, but everything else should be just smooth down the side. So I want that plate to be smooth coming up and then the deck plate to cap it all. So that's what I'm going for. Smooth and clean on this one is my idea. So I got 2 of these plates cut. I need to cut this gooseneck hitch down so it'll fit. So I need to figure out what center is and cut, the 2 sides off. And then I'm going to burn it into this plate, and I'm going to probably put another piece across here just to stiffen this between and give it more place to attach. Get some holes drilled and get that sucker mounted on there. And then that'll let us know what this height is, because that'll be the height that we level the rest of the back of the truck to. So we got to get that done first so we can do the rest. There it is, gooseneck hitch is in. I got 4 1/2-inch bolts on each side. That should be plenty to hold it in there. It's all burned into this plate real good. Put the stiffening piece on both sides. So I am gonna trim these corners off here just to make it look better. And I don't know if I thought about radius them. I thought about 45 in them. I don't know. I'm gonna do something with them. I'm not just gonna leave that nasty edge out there. We'll get rid of it. But there it is. It's in the truck. Happy with how that all turned out. And obviously it is removable, so that'll be nice if it ever has to come out for any reason. But now we know what our height is. Now we know what we can be building this frame level to. So gonna do some shots and do some measuring here and try to figure out what we're doing. So here we are. I'm gonna do some frame checks here just to kind of see. I mean, we are dead level there. Pretty level there. Check back here. We are level everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a tape and pull a measurement off of this lip to the floor, and then we'll know how much we need to come up on those fronts and in the middle and on the back and everything, so we can build a flat deck level with that we can lay our sheets on, and we can sheet up the sides as well. out pretty good. You can see, other than the one that I screwed up down there and welded the wrong one in the wrong place, they're all pretty level. Yeah, that one there was supposed to go against the cab, not there, but whatever. They make more metal, so I cut them. So you can see those pretty well level as well. They're not perfect, and I did that on purpose. They're actually a little tall, because now what I'm going to do is just take some angle, and we're going to put the angle like down this side and up this side, and we're going to weld it in between. So we have an outside edge and an inside edge that the top plate can sit on and the side plates can come up against and be welded. So that's the plan. It's coming together nicely, but yes, once I level and put the angle iron between these, I will cut these off at the level that everything should be, and then everything will be leveled off. That's the reason I'm not worried about that one that's so tall at the moment. But that's the plan. It's coming together nicely. Happy with it. So let's keep going on. We got all of our pieces cut, at least for the driver's side here. I'll kind of show you what my plan is, and let's get them burned in there. Like I said, they're all cut. So what I need to do is, we're 32 inches to this top plate to where the top side of this needs to be. So I'm just going to slip them down in there. Some of them fit extreme tight. Some are a tiny bit looser than others, but they're going to work good. So I did notch this whole piece out because the gooseneck hitch is removable, so I didn't want to plate this shut and then you could never get it out. So it's still going to be probably tight to get it out, but I think it'll come out fine if we ever needed it to. And I'm not too worried about this lip being gone for strengthening, because the plate's going to have all this to sit on, and this outside edge is going to be plated from this side. So not too worried about it, but that's kind of my plan. So let's get these dudes welded on there, and then we can cut these tops off, and we should have our leveled up. We got both rails done on each side. I went on ahead and threw a coat of primer on everything that's going to get covered up, just so it has paint on it. So I did that on both sides, but now I got to go get some metal. I'm going to use 10 gauge to plate the sides, and then a piece of 10 gauge for the top. I may end up doing a couple cross pieces. I mean, obviously this will help support this area, and then I don't know, I might do one in the middle, and I don't know, something like that. One in the middle here, and then maybe 2 or 3 through the middle up there. Obviously one at the top, it needs one. So I don't know, I'm kind of make it up as I go, and if I think it needs the extra strength. I know that Todd plans on hauling a bunch of stuff back here, but if he does, I don't want to, him to have issues. So there it is, 2 sheets of 10 gauge. Has arrived in the form of Max and the wire. She is here. I don't think they're going to be helping much though. I think they got other stuff they want to do, but there's the first sheet cut out. Let's see how it fits. both sides are tacked up. Looks pretty good, just needs finish welded out. So what do you guys think? It looks pretty cool. It's all leveled out nice and smooth. I mean, yeah, you got the spring bracket, but everything else is clean. I do have to add a little piece here at the back, because this opening here is 4 inches wide, will be where the bumper drops down. So it'll attach in that area, so there will be a little piece. But there you go, both sides are in. So I do need to get the top plate still. It'll have an inch lip that'll bend over the edge, so it'll cover all this. Should be nice and clean. And of course, I'll have to drill a hole for the gooseneck to come through it, but kind of jealous. I think this is going to look a lot better than mine with how smooth it is, so excited about that. Next morning out here in the shop, continuing on the back of the truck today. I did put that piece of plate steel on the back. It's going to look pretty good. It's nice and clean. I really like how it's going to come out. Now, that plate, I still need to bend that lip on it, which I'm getting ready to take that plate here in about an hour to go have a guy put that inch break on both sides of it. So gonna do that. Need to go get the piece for the rear bumper, and that'll help continue on with this. But what we're gonna do for a little while is I'm gonna make my fuel tank brackets. So I did a little measuring. The fuel tank is like 23 inches across. So what I need to do is I need to find something that's about that size and try to trace it out and see if I can cut a piece out to see, just get a template so we can figure out how it's going to look and if we're going to like it or not. So we're going to do that to start with this morning, and then we'll get back to some facts. I've been messing with this as far as the height. It's, I don't know, not sure where I like it yet. This is kind of where I'm set for the moment. If you look here from the front, looking back the side of the truck, you can see it's about perfect with the edge of the truck, which will look nice and uniform on the way back, so it's not in or out too far. And I got my template cut out here that fits the tank nice. It's 3 inches thick, which I'm gonna make my own brackets. So I'm gonna take this and put it on here and cut out obviously 2 for each side, and then plate the middle and make it 3 inches thick. I think that'll be good for these. And then I haven't decided if I'm just gonna burn them in, weld them on, or if I'm gonna make flanges and bolt them. I haven't fully decided yet, but either way, I'm going to make these brackets like that. It's just a matter of if I put tabs off the sides or not. I'm not sure. But the height is kind of what I'm struggling with a little bit, because I want it to look low enough so that the truck has a good stance, but yet we need ground clearance. So I just went in and aired my truck up and looked at it, and it has 5.5 inches of clearance. I didn't realize it was that close. I thought that it had more than that. But where I'm struggling is that the steps have 8 on his, and the front bumper is set, I think, around 6. So with this being the center of the truck, you don't want to high center it, so you don't want to put this as low as the front bumper. And then you don't want it super low so it drags, because it's in the middle of the truck if you would go over a hump somewhere, which that's plenty of ground clearance. Most cars don't even have that much. So I think we'll be okay right now. With the tank sitting where it's sitting, it would have 6 inches of clearance under where the steel mount would be that's under it, because the tank is going to sit there, but it has to have the piece under it that actually holds the tank. So I think is where I'm going to go with it. It's also pretty much level with the bed, which I think will look nice too. I think that's where we're going to put them. We're gonna put them right there. So I'm gonna figure out my bracket, because obviously, let's see if I can show you and hold the phone at the same time. Can't remember which way I had this. I think I had it like this. But so those will go like that, but I'd probably like them to come up maybe a little higher just to get as much meat to attach these as possible. But as you can see, those hang down pretty good below the tank. So mine are 3 inches thick on my truck, and that's what these are, what I'd be making them. So I think we'll be okay though. I just don't want to get it too low where he's catching stuff and hanging up underneath. But I think that'll work. Back from the metal shop, got us a piece of C-channel for the bumper. That should be it's 10 by 3, and it's like ½ inch thick or something stupid. So yeah, that should be heavy enough for the bumper. Got some oxygen acetylene, and we got our piece bent. So let's get this stuff unloaded, see how that cap fits on the truck, and do some finish welding and continue with the tanks and so on and so forth. Got a lot to do, so better get started. I did a stupid. Did something dumb. Enough like taking a $160 piece of steel and cutting it wrong and bending it wrong. I guess we're human. We all screw up. Let me show you what I did. Here's the sheet sitting on the truck. And it would normally be okay. It wouldn't be a problem. But the measurements that I have from the outside of the frame on the front and on the back, yeah, they were the measurements that I had him cut the sheet to, not what I needed inside of the bends. So it's 2 inches too small. As you can see, it does not fit. So I guess I just acquired a sheet of 10 gauge for my stock, and I owed Todd another sheet of 16 gauge, so or of 10 gauge. So oh well, stuff happens, but I guess I got a piece that I can cut some stuff for myself and play with now. But didn't really necessarily need to be buying a $100 60 sheet of steel right now. But hey, it happens. Can't be perfect all the time. So you're not going to see the cap done tonight. I guess I'll have it rebent tomorrow morning, so you'll still see it on here in this video. But I guess that means I just need to go just finish weld some of this top and then get this piece cut down for the bumper, and we can start mocking up what we're going to do with the bumper along with working on our fuel tank brackets. We got 100 inches from the outside of that wheel to the outside of that wheel. So my truck is actually a little bit wider than it should be. Mine's actually 104 to my bumper. I think mine's 102. So yes, my truck's a couple inches over legal width, but it's all right. I'm not worried too much about it. But this truck is 100 inches. So I can do the 102, which is 8'6", which is legal width. So that's where we're gonna cut this, 8'6". Well, I got that rear bumper sitting exactly where I want it, but I've been thinking, and I've done a lot of drawing, a lot of sketching. I'm going to show you guys here in a second, but I know on my truck, when I attached some of this stuff down to here, I didn't really like the way the connection points were and stuff. It didn't look like super clean. And the way that the sides are on this and the top being one piece, I thought, I want this back bumper to look really clean too. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to flip this C channel around so the C portion is actually facing towards the garage door. So, you know, flip it around from the way it is. But then I know that side will be open. But then, oh, how well the phone will pick this up. There we go. So I got this sketched out. So this is that bottom piece, and then this is where it would attach up to the back of the frame of the truck up here. So it would be one solid piece all cut out the same that would box that whole backside in, and it would be super, super clean. And then the receiver will go through right in there, which that dotted line represents, you know, where that piece will be on the other side. But yeah, then this lip can actually go under the C channel, and I can weld across the bottom, so it'll have a nice seam across the bottom that you won't see the weld spot there. I guess the only spots you're going to see weld is once that plate is attached here, you're going to see some weld across the top here, which I can grind that smooth and make that look pretty good, I think, with a flap wheel. And then where this is going to turn here and come up, obviously I'm going to have to plate that angle shut. So there will be, you know, a piece that'll have to go through the middle, and I'll have to cut another piece for this back side to match that angle. So yeah, there will be a little bit of other work to do that is still gonna have to tie in, but the back piece would just look super clean, and I think that would be good. And you're really not gonna see, I mean, obviously you'll see this big part on this side, so this whole back side will be clean. I just think it'll look nice. So Todd's on his way here. He's going to check stuff out and see what he thinks. That's kind of the lights. He's only got 2, but I think he was going to order 2 more for the other side. And then could have put a license plate here in the middle somewhere. I don't know. We've talked about maybe cutting something in here because he's got that plasma table that maybe he could cut like Jack's Wax or put the logo or something in there. But I don't know. We'll see what he thinks when he gets here. Because then it would be open. It'd be open to back in here, so you could backlight it. I don't know. We'll see what he thinks. But also, meanwhile, I made this template earlier for the fuel tanks. Well, they're all out here on this piece. So I'm going to get the plasma cutting. I am out of my usables for my tips for my little cheap Amazon plasma cutter down there. So they won't be here till Friday. So I hope that it'll survive to cut all these, but we'll see what happens. Well, I guess it's going to have to survive to cut this too. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. Well, the plasma cutter survived. Not too bad for a little Amazon guy. But I got the door open. It's a little smoky in here. Yeah, probably should let some of that out. I probably shouldn't be in here breathing that. Yeah, it's probably not good for you. I got 4 sets of brackets. I did them in pairs so that they were, you know, the 2 that I ground together were the same size. So that's why I was doing that. But I didn't show you guys all of them because I thought you don't want to watch me time lapse the same thing 8 different times. So I just didn't do that. But so now I need to get an idea of what I'm going to put between them to box them. And then I'm going to try to mock a few up. But Todd's on his way. He ought to be here soon. He's got the stacks and stuff so we can line them up and kind of know where they're going to be to know where the brackets are going to go so the tanks look right. So yeah, we're getting closer, and we're going to decide about this rear bumper and how he wants to do that. And I'm going to try to have you guys a rear bumper done and the fuel tank brackets, and I don't know if the stacks will be on it. I don't know. We'll see. But at least I want to get the bumper and the tanks on it. So we'll see how tonight and tomorrow goes. And see. Well, he's here.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen this yet, so
Man, this is,
I think he's excited. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'll tell you a crazy story. When I went and got the title,
Yeah.
I looked on it and it showed the guy that owned this before. It was Ben DeGroat.
Okay.
And it showed that it was down in Germantown,
Gotcha.
Ohio,
Okay.
which is right where my mom lives.
That's
It's
cool.
2 miles.
2 miles from where your
The
mom
guy that
lives?
owned this truck in DeGroat Farms is right 2 miles from him. So they remember. And so whenever it gets done, I'm going to show them pictures. And
That'll be cool.
Like, look at your old farm truck.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about looking up that name. I was thinking about it today, and because there's a number on there. I almost thought about calling and being like, hey,
that's them.
This is your truck, man. This is what it's going to look like.
They're right
That's
there
cool.
beside my mom.
So, well, I'll pull this top off of here. He hasn't seen inside of this thing yet either. Oh, yeah, we probably.
We're back to our mirror.
There you go. Right. See if he fits in this thing still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is cool, man.
See how that shifter's a little close there? That's the only thing I don't like, but.
I mean, it's not horrible.
And I'm going to move the pedals over a little bit too, in my opinion. That's reverse, neutral, drive.
Drives right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to go over too far, does it?
Right.
This thing's looking freaking perfect.
You got enough room in there? Does it seem to?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's how much room I guess they had. I mean, it's got the original seat and the original spot back in it, so.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect.
But.
With the little thing there. And
yep.
the radio. Good thing we got the ashtray. I smoked my cigarette.
That's right.
Ash them right in.
Heck yeah. I actually put my phone in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I flip it open and step my phone in there. It sets up in there nice. So.
I was thinking, man, we may be able to custom cut.
Yeah. With your plasma and do some stuff for,
like a 16,
for the gauges.
And just get the measurement. I could get the gauges now. Just so I know the hole size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just put it in there.
Yeah, that would be cool too. And you could even do some detail. Yeah, you can go wherever you want. Yeah. So what did you get? These are stacks, are you sure?
Yeah,
holy crap. Those look cool. Those look cool on your truck. Yeah, I'll just leave them on there.
Yeah.
My goodness.
People were probably like, what is this guy hauling?
Yeah.
They're like hanging 4 foot out of the bed.
Those are nice. Those may end up on my truck. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna know if I end up getting these big old 8-inch stacks on my truck.
That's right.
Yours has new ones on here. Oh God. Saved it. I'm doing all the work.
Should we cut them down or should we leave them?
Yeah. Wow.
You know what, man? That whole top you're going to be able to save. Because I think that they're two-pieced under this. I think. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm not even up. Like, these are going to end up
So
there.
we're probably going to end up just taking them off of that first brace.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably. Yep.
It'll be flat top.
Yep.
Now keep that top part. Do something cool with it.
Yep.
Put it on the truck.
Yeah. With some side pipes on it.
Yeah. Dude, those are hoss cats, dude.
No kidding.
I can see your thumbnail now.
I'm going to say
It stacks.
stacks. Well, Todd just left. He dropped off, obviously, those monster stacks. They're going to need cut down a little bit, but dropped those off. He dropped off. He's got some of these that he made. It's got the sprayer heads for Jack's wax. They're pretty cool. And he dropped off some other stuff. Let me take her and show you this. He said, early Christmas present. I was like, what? So this is pretty cool. So he just bought a plasma table, and he's been playing with it. So check this out. We're official. We got our sign. So anybody wants something like that, hit him up, because obviously he custom did all that for me. It's pretty sweet. So we got a big day tomorrow. I'm going to get that sheet fixed. I picked up another one, so I'm going to get that fixed, so we'll have the cap for it. And I'm going to cut that piece out that I just showed you guys and get the bumper done, the fuel tank. So it's going to look pretty sweet tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of this done. So he's going to get some different lights. He doesn't really like the ones that he had already gotten, so get some new lights. Yeah, by the end of this video, it's gonna look a little different. So stay tuned for tomorrow. One more day, and then I'll get all this edited up and get it up so you guys can check it out. Well, it's another morning out here in the shop. I'm getting ready to cut that piece out for the back. Todd liked that idea, so that's what we're gonna do. Got the truck warming up out there. Gonna go rebend this top piece. I got another piece that I got yesterday. We're not gonna screw it up this time. So cut this real quick, go get that bent, come back, get that plate put on. Should look pretty good. And then we're gonna start working on this rear bumper. Hopefully get it done and get the tank brackets done today. Well, here we go, round 2. Let's see if it fits this time. Taking me 2 tries, but it don't get much better than that. That is so clean. So happy with how that turned out. I bent the back lip on the back too. So this piece I've already cut, that piece there will tuck up under that, and it'll just, oh man, I'm so excited. It's gonna be very, very clean. Now, yes, the sheet is a little short because I need a 10'6" and we didn't quite have it. So I am gonna have to make a little piece to fill here, but the stacks are gonna be here, and I'm gonna do my absolute best to join these 2 pieces together as nicely as possible so that you don't see the seam. So that's the plan. Well, before I move on to the back, I'm gonna cut that little hole right there in this. I screwed it up once. I really don't want to screw it up again. So yeah, because if I cut that hole wrong or it's too big and it doesn't look right, I'm gonna be mad. So measure 50,000 times and make sure I get it right the first time. Well, we just got back from the vet. Max is in his cone of shame. He got fixed today, so he's still a little lethargic and not quite himself yet, but he is not liking the cone on his head, that's for sure. So I guess I'm gonna have to hang out with him for a little bit. I don't want to just lock him in his cage and go back out to the shop. So I'm gonna try to give him a little bit of time, and maybe he'll get tired and he'll fall asleep, and then I can go back out and work till the wife gets home. So we'll see. Well, the wife got home so that she could babysit Max. He slept for the last couple hours. I missed having those 2 hours being out here, but had to take care of him, so it's all good. But I also ran out of weld wire, so I got a new spool of weld wire in. Let's get this bumper on there. I did make a couple brackets. I'll kind of show you here. I plated the frame shut on this back side and then have these 2.5-inch straps. That way they stay inside of this piece, but I'm gonna burn them in down here on both sides. But yeah, that's how the main attach point's gonna be for the bumper, is gonna be down here. But then also I'm gonna, burn some of this in, and I'm gonna do everything I can to attach it well. And then I need to build another one of these plates for this side to match it, and then I'll plate that shut. Probably going to leave this all open back here. There's no need to plate it shut. That way it's easier to get through for putting anything for as far as lights or a trailer plug where that reese hitch, it's going to go in there. So, well, let's get this sucker attached, get it off the blocks, and see if we can get this plated shut and move on to the fuel tank bracket. Well, I got the bumper all done. I think it came out pretty good, and we started those fuel tank brackets. But getting ready to try to mount some of them up here in a second, but figured I'd show you the end result of the bumper and the cap over it and everything. So I think it turned out pretty nice. And there's my 2 fuel tank brackets I made. So with the help of Bryant, he came to help tonight.
Howdy.
So he's out here hanging out, giving me some company. But I'll move all this crap out of the way, and then we're going to try to get that fuel tank, at least get those tacked on, at least get the fuel tank sitting there tonight. I don't think I'm going to have time to get the other one done. Just spent too much time inside helping Max feel comfy. I just put him in his crate with his little cone on his head, so he's not real happy. But, well, let's see if we can get these brackets on. Well, we got that stuff cleaned up. The brackets are going to go about where they're sitting as far as spacing. And this tank is going to be the battery box. So even after this is mounted, I'm going to have to build a box for batteries to sit in there as well. But one step at a time. So I'm going to have this boy here. He's going to help me hold one of these stacks up so that we can get a spacing. So we can just make sure that it looks right and I'm not pinching it too much. And then we'll try to put a tank on. What do you think, Bryant? Think we can get it?
Oh, yeah, we'll get it.
Okay, we're going to get it. That's what he said. I don't know. You guys think those are too tall? I don't know. What do you think, Bryant? Are they too tall?
No.
Those will work? My goodness. We are going to flat top these, so I am going to cut them off. And Todd's shop is only 8 foot tall. That's what he told me to get it in. So we got to fit 8 foot. So, and obviously they're going to get picked up some too, so they're not going to be on the floor. But I think that spacing will work good. It's about the same amount of space as we got right there between the spring bracket. So I think that's where we're going to put them. So I'm just going to make a couple marks up here on the frame where the tank goes, and then we'll just put them boys on there. There we have it. We have 2 brackets on this side. They still need finish welded, but I tell you what, they're they're pretty stout with my fat butt on them, and they're not even finish welded. So I think those are going to work out nice. The tank fits in them pretty good. If I can show you. So there's the tank sitting in there. I think those are going to work nice. Well, what do you think, Bryant? Had enough fun for tonight?
Time to call it.
Time to go in. Well, and I got to edit this video for you guys too. There will be a piece I'm going to have to make for up here if anybody's wondering. But, man, this thing looks smooth. It looks real nice. Yes, I'm going to cap these ends as well. But I think it turned out very nice. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Got a lot of stuff accomplished. Pretty happy with progress. This thing's going to sandblast like, I think it's the week after Christmas. So I still got a long ways to go of things I need to get finished up. But we're getting somewhere. And I want you all to be thinking about Brittany Anderson. She's a friend of ours in the YouTube world. Her and her husband Daniel, they live down in Georgia, and I don't know how old she is, but she's not very old. She just got diagnosed with cancer. So not real sure all the details, but I know there's a GoFundMe that I think her sister started. So I'll throw some pictures up here so you guys can kind of see that and know what's going on. But if you guys could reach out and give a little, or, you know, just be praying for the family, because, yeah, kind of a crappy situation. But this will be the last video that you guys see before Christmas. So I want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. I hope that it's a good time with family. And I will have a video up next week. Not sure what'll be in it, but I'll try to get you guys something on Friday next week. But as for me and Bryant, that's going to do it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.